Good Monday. Let's start the day off and the week off. This is Timoldmangig, and what we're going to be discussing today is how you can make money. I keep getting messages from people saying, "Oh, you can't make more money doing food delivery. You can't do that." Well, I've been doing it for a while. I've been making money. I've been paying my bills. So evidently, you can make money. It's a matter of how much money you need to make and how you go about making that money. So we're going to go into a discussion on that. The main thing is are you single apping? Are you only relying on one food delivery app, so to speak, such as Uber Eats or Doordash? Or do you multi-app where you're doing multiple Doordash, Uber Eats at the same time and picking your orders that way? And we're going to break this down. I'm going to sit down behind the computer again, and I'm going to show you the breakdown on it, or my breakdown in it for last week. And we can take a look at that. Now, I know you can't just compare apples to apples. Everybody's market, everybody's time of day, it's all different, but it's all doable. You just got to find that niche in your own market. When's your best times? When's your best days? And set your schedule accordingly. Because I do this full time. This is my full-time job, pretty much. Doing this 32 to 34 hours a week, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'd go out on a Saturday like I did this last week. So we're going to sit there and go down, and I'm going to break it all down. Maintenance, inspections, and your maintenance fees, for your vehicle and all that, what you should be setting aside, things like that, and saying, look, this is what I'm still making. So showing that it is profitable and that you can do 700 to over 800 weekly if you're doing it full time. And that's in a small market. I'm not in a large market where I get peak pay all the time. I don't go out in dinner rushes and get massive peak pay. We'll break this all down. So sit back, relax, look at the numbers, and you decide for yourself. Is it profitable? Is it not profitable? Everybody's difference of opinions on profitability is wide ranging. It all depends on your own bills and things like that. For me, it is, and I'm going to break it down and show you how I do it. So let's just sit there and we'll get going on this here in a shortly. This is what I come up with, and what I did is I did an annual vehicle maintenance expenses, i.e. $650 for tires, $350 for brakes, $300 in oil changes. That's 5 oil changes in the year, which is about what I do. And then that total is $1,300, and I did an 80-20 split on that. Because this vehicle I use for both doing my gig work as well as my personal stuff. So majority of that time, the 80% is mileage, and everything else that I do put on the car is from doing food delivery. So I put that 80-20 split on there. So that food delivery gig work or business expense is $1040 for the year. Divide that by 52 weeks. So 52 weeks in the year, that's $20 a week. Then I take my fuel expenses, which I just rounded it up, because everybody has a different vehicle. On my vehicle, because it's fuel economy, I usually average about 7. I did 10% just so it's easier for the math. So that's a little bit too high, but we'll just go with that. So let's see what we got going. Here's what we did last week. Okay. 14th through the 19th. I did a couple hours, as you see there. The hours I worked are all there on the right-hand side. On Monday, I did 10 hours. The 15th, which is Tuesday, I did 5.5. Wednesday, I did 7.75, or 7 hours and 45 minutes. Thursday, I did 5.5 hours. Friday, I did 4 hours and 45 minutes. And then 3 hours and 15 minutes on Saturday, just because I just wanted to get it up there, because I seen how I was getting so close to 900. I just wanted to get it over 900 for the week. And as you can see, what I did for the weekly, it says monthly there. I didn't change that. For the week, I did 973.50. My mileage was 438.27 miles. My miles deduction, as you can see, is 256.38795. My estimated taxable income, which is the mileage deduction minus the gross earnings of 973.50, which is 717 and 11 cents. My total taxes owed, which was 20% of that 717, which was 143. That leaves me in a spendable for the week of $830. And if you look over here, I broke it down a little bit differently. There's my gross hourly wage. That's how many hours I worked, which is 36.75. Divided that by the 473, and I come up with a gross hourly rate of almost 26.50 or 26.48 or 26.49. I took out the set, which is the self-employment tax, just my portion of the self-employment tax that an employer would pay. So I'm being that employer, so I'm paying that 0.725%, and so that's where 65%, 7.0 or 0.0765, and I'm paying that myself, and that comes up to $54. And so then I figured out my net hourly rate after I take out that set from the 973, and I come up with almost $25 for an hour. So basically, after we did that, after taxes, I did $830.07. My estimated vehicle weekly expense that I put down there was $20, as from the previous page. That's for my brakes, oil, and things like that, and tires. Putting that to set that aside, so I can take that out, set aside. Fuel cost was $97.30, which was not my actual fuel cost. My actual fuel cost, like I said, was closer to 75-ish. So I just went ahead with the $97.30, leaving me a profit of $712.77. Then that gives me my weekly personal expenses, what I have to set aside to make sure I can get my bills paid, my personal bills, food, vehicle insurance, and stuff like that. All those, miscellaneous expenses that we all have, credit card bills or whatever it may be, of $425 for the week. That leaves me an expendable weekly income of $287.77. Now, what can you do with that $287? I just got rid of the cents. You can set it aside in the savings account, use a portion of that to invest in a Roth IRA, as well as set a savings account as well as set aside, and use that as an income source for when you go on vacation as an income. So you're getting yourself paid vacation, or however you may be like. So for some people to say, you cannot make a profit doing food delivery, I think you can. I'm sure someone will come up with some other ways you can add in expenses and this and that, but you gotta remember, you cannot be putting all your personal expenses onto your business side, and your business side into your personal. That's why I didn't figure in cell phone deductions and that kind of stuff. I just did the 80-20 split on the vehicle maintenance because of how I use the vehicle. Most of the majority of the time it is used for doing food delivery. So that's why a majority of the expenses I took out, which breaks down to $20 a week, that I need to set aside, or I should set aside, to help pay for vehicle maintenance. And that would be for new tires, brakes, on an annual basis, based on today's market prices. It can be in my market area, so you may have to adjust those for the areas you live in. It may be a little bit more, it may be a little bit less. Sometimes in the bigger cities you can get a brake job done a lot cheaper than you can out in the country. So with that said, that's how I broke it down. Let me give me your thoughts, your opinions, and how you think that went. Like I said, it is very doable, and you can make money. And then this is multi-apping, not just Doordash. Just if I had to rely on just my Doordash income, I'd be making my expendable weekly would probably be cut by cut into a third if existence at all. So like I said, give me a thumbs up, tell me what you think, put your comments, subscribes, everything else, and we'll talk at you again for some more. And I hope this better explains on how you can break this down for yourself, and so you can see how you can manage your money. Remember, this is your money now. Right? You're going to have to figure out how to manage your money and budget. If you can't do that, then I guess, yes, you're right. You can't make any money. If you can't budget yourself, if you can't set goals and set expectations for yourself, then you can't make any money. So that's the keys right there: expectation, goals, and budgeting. If you can do those three, can work up a game plan, you can make money at this. And so I hope everybody has some great success, and we'll talk at you some more later on in another video. Please watch one of my other videos on employee versus contract, as well as Doordash do's and don'ts.